Alright, so we'll start the class now. So as you can look at the question that I have in front of you, okay, earlier in the previous session I asked you to read the question already, and also the what do you call it, the source material at the bottom there. Okay, so now we're going to go through it. Okay, so you can see this is from the third set of paper. Okay, paper 2 data response, October November 2019, meaning that it was just last year. Okay, so this is the first data response question that I'm actually going through with you all. Actually, I prefer not to go through this question with you all. I prefer to do something a bit more easier with you all, but never mind. Okay, we try this first. Okay, once I see you all in class again, then we'll go through the more easier ones lah. Okay, alright, so let's just read through the whole thing for the first time, and then after that we'll see what we can do about it. Okay, right. So question 2 sub A. I hope everybody is following. Okay. Graham has just bought himself a new sports car. The salesman tells him the car is very powerful and that Graham should take extra care until he gets used to the car. On his way home from the garage, Graham decides to see how fast the car will go. He is exceeding the speed limit and overtakes a tractor on a bend. Graham loses control of the car, which crashes into a field, killing Dorothy, who is out for a walk. Explain how the Road Traffic Act 1991 will apply to Graham. Okay, so that's question A. Question B. Carly lives in a house located on a bend in a road. A bend means there's a turning somewhere for them to turn. Okay. The highway authority placed a temporary traffic light outside her house and warning sign on the footpath, so it is hard for her to get her car onto the road. Late one night, Carly moves the traffic light 100 meters so it is not outside her house. She puts the warning sign face down on the footpath as she thinks it is now in the wrong place. The following day, there is a crash when the traffic light Carly moved does not work and there is no warning sign. Explain how the Road Traffic Act 1991 will apply to Carly. Right, now question C. Nick is having an open day at his farm. He puts a big sign above the farm gate which sticks out into the road by a few meters. A bus bringing visitors to the open day hits the sign and a child is injured. Nick wants to move some sheep from a field further down a busy road to his farm, but his truck is not big enough. He ties an extra trailer onto the back of his truck with rope and starts driving along the road. Explain how the Road Traffic Act 1991 will apply to Nick. Okay, for this session, I'll only be going through question A, B, and C. I'll probably not go through question D at all unless there is time. So far, okay, anyone with any problem, please respond. Anything from A, B, and C that you all don't understand, maybe any words that are missed out that you all don't understand?
No, Mr.
Alright, thank you. Alright, now let's look at the source material. Okay, so Road Traffic Act 1991, Section 1, causing death by dangerous driving. A person who causes the death of another person by driving a mechanically propelled vehicle dangerously on a road or other public place is guilty of an offense. I think there shouldn't be any problem here, right? Okay. Alright, Section 2, dangerous driving. So a person who drives a mechanically propelled vehicle dangerously on a road or other public place is guilty of an offense. Sub 1. For the purposes of sections 1 and 2 above, a person is to be regarded as driving dangerously if, and subject to subsection 2 below, only if, sub A, the way he drives falls far below what would be expected of a competent and careful driver, and it will be obvious to a competent and careful driver that driving in that way would be dangerous. Okay. Now sub 2. A person is also to be regarded as driving dangerously for the purposes of sections 1 and 2 above if it would be obvious to a competent and careful driver that driving the vehicle in its current state would be dangerous. Okay. Sub 3, in subsections 1 and 2, meaning referring to these two up here, okay, dangerous refers to danger either of injury to any person or of serious damage to property. And in determining for the purposes of those subsections which would be expected of or obvious to a competent and careful driver in a particular case, regard shall be had not only to the circumstances of which he could be expected to be aware, but also to any circumstances shown to have been within the knowledge of the accused. And finally, sub 4, in determining for the purposes of subsection 2 above and state of a vehicle, regard may be had to anything attached to or carried on or in it and to a manner in which it is attached or carried. Okay, this is quite long. Okay, so for section 2, dangerous driving, any problem, anyone, come very fast, quickly, respond please.
No problem.
No problem. Okay, now I'll move on. Okay, section 22A, causing danger to road users. Okay, sub 1. A person is guilty of an offense if he intentionally and without lawful authority or reasonable cause, sub A, causes anything to be on or over a road, or sub B, interferes with a motor vehicle, trailer or cycle, or sub C, interferes directly or indirectly with traffic equipment. And in such circumstances, it would be obvious to a reasonable person that to do so would be dangerous. Okay, so all these things, okay, he's not supposed to be doing. Okay, sub 2, in subsection 1 above, dangerous refers to danger either of injury to any person while on or near a road, or of serious damage to property on or near a road. And in determining for the purposes of that subsection what would be obvious to a reasonable person in a particular case, regard shall be had not only to the circumstances of which he could be expected to be aware, but also to any circumstances shown to have been within the knowledge of the accused. Okay, sub 3, in subsection 1 above, traffic equipment means, sub A, anything lawfully placed on or near road by a highway authority. Sub B, a traffic sign lawfully placed on or near a road by a person other than a highway authority. Sub C, any fence, barrier or light lawfully placed on or near a road. Roman 1, okay, for guarding, lighting and signing in streets where works are undertaken, or Roman 2, by a constable meaning police, okay, or a person acting under the instructions, whether general or specific, of a chief officer of police. Okay, sub 4, for the purposes of subsection 3 above, anything placed on or near a road shall, unless the contrary is proved, to be deemed to have been lawfully placed there. Sub 5, in this section, road does not include a footpath or bridle way. Okay, I think bridle way more or less means the same thing as footpath. Yeah, but alright, any problem with section 22A, causing danger to road users? Anybody?
No.
Okay. Alright, now, okay, what we are going to do is that we are going to try to answer this thing based on the sources that we have. Now, a quick question, have you all done this before? I mean, like data response question before? So you all know more or less what is supposed to be done, okay? We need to say that you must answer this thing based on this thing here with the sources down here, not anywhere else, not definitely from your textbook and whatever it is, okay? Alright, okay, so what I like to do now, okay, usually, okay, in order to answer data response question, okay, is to actually try and highlight the main points or the keywords, okay, that's relevant for answering the question. So we first look at question A. So I mean, this is scenario up here, this is the actual question itself. Okay, it says explain how the Road Traffic Act 1981 will apply to Graham. Okay, so obviously, okay, the person that we are going to be talking about is this guy here, Graham. Okay, I have to do this because it's a picture. You can see the whole thing is a picture. Okay, I screenshot the whole thing, cut it out, and put it all here. Easier for me. Okay, so I cannot really highlight it. Okay, so firstly is Graham here. Next issue is what is the issue here? Anybody, please come quickly, very fast. That is relevant to answering the question whether or not this Road Traffic Act 1981 is applicable to Graham. Anybody, quick, come.
Exceeding speed limit.
Okay, exceeding speed limit. Where is it? Here. Exceeding speed limit. Okay, another one. Sorry, this is very. Okay, what else other than exceeding speed limit? Anybody? There is at least another one.
Killing Dorothy.
Sorry, what?
Killing Dorothy.
Yes, killing Dorothy. So kasihan, Dorothy died already. Thankfully, nobody here is called Dorothy. Okay, killing Dorothy. Okay, right. So I guess that's about it, I think, okay. Later we will look at the marking scheme and see how. But for now, okay, I think these are just the only relevant things here. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? In case I miss out something. Anybody want to add anything? Anything else that you think is relevant here? I think so far it's okay lah. I think to me that's it. But anybody else? Anybody? Come on quickly. Okay. If you don't have, then never mind. All right. Okay. Now we look at the source material. Now I've already sent to you all a copy of the whole thing. So you can actually look at it yourself. You don't have to, look at what I'm looking at now. Okay. So anybody, which part of the source material is relevant? And of course, please note that the part which is relevant in the source material must coincide with whatever it is that you are trying to do or address in the question. Okay, like here, okay, we highlighted exceeding speed limit and killing Dorothy. Okay. So which part of the source material? Come, anybody?
Section 1.
Section 1. Anything in particular?
Causing the death of other person.
Causing the death of another person. Okay. And how is, and then causing death. Okay, and then also of course he's guilty of the offense, right? Okay, so how is this relevant to the situation? Anybody? You name this thing, but we need to also apply it to our situation there. So how is this thing relevant? Anybody? The person who just now said it just now, how is this thing relevant? How do you apply this thing? Which part can you apply this thing to?
Killing Dorothy by driving the car.
Yeah, okay. Alright. So this is the first thing that is relevant. Section 1 is relevant. So we highlight this thing and apply this thing into here. Right? Okay. Okay, so next one. Anything else? This is the first issue that we have dealt with, okay, killing Dorothy. Anything else?
Anything else means other section also can.
Yes, definitely. It's like anything. Anything else within the source material that is relevant.
Well, section 2 drives a mechanically propelled vehicle dangerously.
Section 2, which one? Oh, here. Section 2, sub 1, Okay. Okay, this whole thing. Okay, so other than that, okay, within this thing definitely need to use sub A and sub B, right? Which one is relevant?
The
Both, huh? Yeah,
yeah, both.
both also relevant. Okay, the rest of you, I hope that you all actually pay attention, huh? Okay, right. So how is this thing relevant to our situation? Let's go back to this thing. So okay. Let's just go through it fast, huh? Driving dangerously. Okay. The way drives far below what could be expected of a competent driver, careful driver. It will be obvious to competent driver and careful driver the driving in a way would be dangerous. Okay. So how are we going to apply this thing to answer the question?
Yes, the salesman told Graham that it was powerful and he has to take extra care, but still he wants to try and exceed the speed limit.
Alright, so it's the extra care here. Okay, let me just refine. Okay, the extra care, and then still he wants to see how fast the car can go. Okay, so meaning to say that when you apply this thing, sorry, I mean the bottom there into this thing, he is basically he has done he has fall far below that is expected of a competent driver, and it should have been obvious to him that he shouldn't be driving in such a dangerous way lah. Okay, all right. Anybody, anything else? I think for now shouldn't be anything already lah. But anybody, anything? If nothing, please somebody just say no. Did I hear something? I can hear a lot of doggy sound lah. I mean, if you're not talking, you just mute it. If you're talking, then only you turn it on. Okay. Okay. So I think there's nothing already. See, so let's just look at the marking scheme. I'm going to look at marking scheme now. Okay, so you got band 1 irrelevant answer, band 2 and 3 candidate need to be selective choosing part of the source. Okay, without any sections at all, even understanding it, and also with very little reference to no development. That's for band 3. 2 and 3. Band 4 is some development of section 1 and 2 and some application. Then band 5, full development of relevant section. Usually what it means by full development or relevant section is that basically you need to just elaborate on the whatever it is that's here that's relevant, and how you apply it to here that's relevant. Okay, and of course elaboration also means that sure, you can give your own opinion and views and stuff like that, but of course all these views and opinions must come after you've applied this thing into this thing here. Okay, I hope you understand that. Alright, so conclusion: Graham has committed the offense under section 1 as Dorothy has died. So yes, this one we highlighted already, which is this part here, and we applied it to this part here. Okay, right. Next one, he is also covered by section 2 sub 1 sub A and B, as he is exceeding the speed limit and has been told to be careful by the salesman. Okay, so let's stop here first. So this one we applied this thing here. Alright, okay, this whole thing lah. Okay, which is relevant to the fact that he exceeded speed limit. Okay, he should have asked or was already told the extra care, but then he still decided to see how far the car can go. Alright, okay, as discussed earlier. Right, and then what else? Which means he fulfills the requirements of subsection 3. Alright, subsection 3, we missed out this part here. It's about this thing here. Okay, just go through it fast. It says subsection 1 and 2 above, danger refers to danger, either injury to any person or serious damage to property. And in determining for the purposes of those subsections what would be expected of or obvious to a competent and careful driver in a particular case, regard shall be had not only to the circumstances of which he could be expected to be aware, but also to any circumstances shown to have been within the knowledge of the accused. we need to say that the fact that people already told him to take extra care, and yet he wants to drive fast. Okay, and which should be obvious to him. So this part here, okay, this whole part here, okay, let me just highlight it very fast. Yeah, I think like that will do. Right. So this whole part here, you need to actually try and merge this argument together with this part here, right? And then of course, like I say, okay, you need to write in your own words, explain in your own words, give your own opinion, stuff like that. Okay, then to make sense of it, then only your whole answer can be fully developed, as mentioned here. Okay, then lastly it says what? Credit an argument that Dorothy's death might not have been foreseeable. I think this is just a small thing only, but it says that credit. Credit here simply means that if you did mention about this thing, okay, that might not have been foreseeable, okay, they will just give you maybe say for example that you've got all these things already, right, all the way until subsection 3 here. Maybe maximum developer will give you like 9 marks, and if you mention this thing, the last part here, then maybe you get 10 marks. Understand? Okay, I think we are more or less done with question A. Any problem? Please respond. Any problem? Hello?
No.
No problem. Now let's continue on with question B. Okay, so obviously the person that we are going to be talking about is Carly, so no problem there. Right, so any points, anything here that is relevant that we need to highlight? Come, somebody.
Means the traffic light 100 meter, so it's not outside her house.
Okay.
Warning sign on the footpath.
Okay, Mama lie slowly. Okay, this one first. Carly moves light 100 meters, so it's not outside her house. Then what else is now?
On the footpath. The warning sign is on the footpath.
Okay. She puts the warning sign face down on the footpath. Okay. Alright, anything else? Anybody?
Crashing.
Sorry, what? Oh, crash. Okay.
Highway authority place a temporary traffic light. That one.
Okay, hold on first. Okay, crash. Just crash. It should be fine, really. Okay, crash. Okay, then the other one is highway authority place temporary. Okay, this part here should be fine already. Anything else? Anybody? Anyone else? I keep on hearing the same people only. I don't hear from anyone else. Anyone? Anything else? Anyone? Right, now let's look at the source material. Okay, so which part of source material is relevant?
Section 22A, causing danger to user.
Sorry, what again?
Section 22A, causing danger to road.
Section 22A, causing danger to road users. Okay.
Subsection A is subsection 1C.
Subsection 1, subsection C. Okay. Alright. Interferes directly, indirectly. Okay, anything else? Wait, before that. Okay, how is this relevant to the top there? Guilty of an offense if intentionally, without lawful authority or reasonable cause, interfere directly or indirectly with traffic equipment. Okay, which one?
Move the traffic light 100 meter.
Okay, move the traffic 100 meter. Okay, alright. And then also this one lah. Puts it face down on the footpath. Okay, I think these two is related. Okay, so this one is here. Interferes directly. Okay, anything else? Anybody?
Section 22A 3.
22A sub 3. Sub
Yeah.
3, which sub again?
A.
A. Okay, hold on, let me just highlight first.
A, B.
A,
No, B, no B.
then A only.
And C.
A and C. Okay, let me just highlight first. Okay, how is this thing relevant? The bird
Yes, because anything lawfully placed on
placed on
zero.
a near road, okay, near highway authority. Okay, then this
Yeah.
very fence, barrier, or light placed near a road for guarding, lighting, whatever it is. Okay,
So
so
it's
how?
not.
So how is this thing applicable to here? How is it applicable to here up here?
I think 3C is not.
3C is not.
Yeah, because
Why?
there's no constructions
No what?
stated.
No.
There's no construction.
No construction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it? Mm.
Yeah, there's no construction going on actually. Yeah, there's no wait. But there is this thing, highway authority. So no. It's highway authority. Okay, fine. No, I think don't have. But later, never mind. We look at the marking scheme as well. Okay. Okay. So this one here, sub A lawfully placed on or near a road by highway authority. Okay, traffic equipment. So this one is just about this one here, right? Highway authority placed temporary traffic light outside the house. Okay, right. So this is a temporary thing. Okay. Anything else?
Number 5.
Sorry, what?
22A, number 5.
22A sub 5. Okay, let me just highlight first. Okay, how is this relevant? It says in this section, road does not include footpath. Okay, so how is this relevant?
Yeah, so because at first the authority placed a traffic light on a footpath.
Okay, on a footpath, and then after
Yeah.
that,
And then Carly should move the thing on the footpath also, which means it's kind of contrasting because it was said that if the legal authority places the thing and then other people move it, it will be lawfully wrong. But then it is placed on a footpath, which is not counted as a road.
Alright, that's good, okay. Alright. Meaning to say that it's nothing wrong with her putting steel on the footpath lah. Because it's after all on the footpath in the first place, correct? I think we've addressed all the issues already lah. Okay, firstly is moving this thing, second is this one, and then lastly is the crash. But anything to do with the crash? I don't think there's anything to do with the. I don't think there's any section here that's got anything to do with the crash lah. Okay. Okay, now we'll look at the marking scheme. Okay, so no need to look at 1, 2, and 3, and 4 also no need lah. Okay, just 4 just say that section 22A is used some development and then some application. Okay, now we look at band 5 straight. So full development again, same thing. So conclusion is Carly has committed an offense. Definitely no problem there. Okay, so we've also highlighted that she has. Okay, then why is because she moved the traffic light under section 22A sub 1 sub C, and because of the ban, this is likely to be seen as dangerous by a reasonable person. Okay, so this part is actually your own analysis and also your own explanation. Okay, you must be able to see this thing here. Okay, ban. Okay, firstly you must know what ban means. Ban means that there is some turning point going on. Okay, right? So 22 sub 1 sub A sub 1 sub C. Yes, we did mention this thing interferes directly or indirectly with traffic equipment, which she definitely has when she moved the traffic light. Okay, alright, and also puts the warning sign. Okay. Okay, then okay, right, then in addition, she is caught by sub 2 as she intentionally moved the light and warning sign, which creates a risk of damage to a person to property. Did we talk about this just now there? Oh no, we miss out this thing completely. Okay, so subsection 2 is also relevant. Alright, okay, so here it says what? It's referring to dangerous, or what it means by dangerous. Okay, it refers to danger either of injury to any person while on or near a road, or serious damage to property and or near a road. And by determining the purposes of that subsection, what will be obvious to a reasonable person in a particular case, regard shall be had not only to circumstances of which he could be expected to be aware, but also to any circumstances shown to have been within the knowledge of the accused. Okay, so in other words, okay, that it's also applying to this thing here lah. Okay, that he shouldn't, I mean, that this Kali shouldn't have done whatever this is done. Okay, because also at the end of the day, okay, it caused a car crash. Okay, so this part here, subsection 2 is also relevant, but of course this relevant part here is only for, like I say, developing your answer, okay, for discussion purposes. Okay, so you need to discuss this thing together with the other things. Okay, right, then next one, the traffic light and sign come under 3A. 3A, now yes we did. Okay, anything lawfully placed on or near a road by highway authority. So this is relevant. Okay, we did highlight this thing just now regarding this part here. Highway authority place a temporary light, all these things here. Okay, and then lastly, where is it? Okay, she may escape liability for warning sign as under sub 5 the sign is on a footpath. Right, so this here, as you did mention just now, this one here. Alright, and it is relevant to only the warning sign, not the traffic light. Okay, so it's relevant here. So here, this thing here, she might not actually be liable for. She only be liable for this thing here regarding the moving of the traffic light. Okay, alright, I think we are done with sub B. Any problem, any question, anyone?
No.
Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, okay, here obviously is Nick. Okay, Nick. Alright, so what are the issues here? Anybody?
The bus bringing visitor to a plan, they hit a sign and the child is injured.
Oh, okay. A bus bringing visitors to the open day hits the sign and a child is injured.
That means before that should highlight, put a big sign.
Okay, hold on. Put a big sign. Okay, about the. Okay, put a big sign. Okay, anything else? Now you must remember, right? Okay, when you want to highlight things here, you must already have in mind, okay, some idea of the source material already, so that you are able to answer it more accurately. Okay, anybody else? Anything else? How about down here? Anything down here or not?
Ties an extra trailer on the back and starts driving along the road.
Ties an extra trailer on the back. Okay, this whole thing here. Okay, he ties an extra trailer onto the back of his truck with a rope and starts to drive along the road. Okay, anything else, or should we move on already? Okay, I think, alright, we move on. Okay, now let's look at the here. Anything that's relevant. Come quickly, very fast.
Section 1.
Huh? Section 1.
Section 1.
Section 1 because causes death. Did somebody die? Injured only what?
Or injured only, or sorry.
Yeah, never mind, it's okay. But okay, we can consider that. Okay, we just leave it first. But I think not very relevant. But later we look at the marking scheme and then we see how. Okay, right. Anyone else? Anything?
Section 2, sub 1,
Section
sub A and B.
Section 2 sub 1 A and B. Okay, we highlight it first. Temporary. Okay, how is this thing here relevant?
Because a competent driver wouldn't ties another tractor behind.
Okay, competent driver wouldn't tie the thing there.
That means maybe section 2, sub 2 can also be used.
Okay, so you want to use both. Okay, hold on there. Okay, so here you want to apply to the tying of the extra, tying this thingy here.
Yeah, and then also referring to the section 2, sub 2, sub 4 also can be used.
Sub 4 can be used. How are you using sub 4?
Anything attached to or carried on or it into the manner in which it is.
Yes, yeah. Alright, good, that's good, that's good. Okay, hold on, let me just highlight first. This whole thing here, Okay. Anything else? So this one is relevant to this part here, right? Ties an extra thingy. Okay, anything else?
Section 22A, sub 1, sub A.
Section 22 sub 1 sub A. Okay, we move this thing up. Okay, how is this thing relevant and to what?
A big sign over the road and cause a child to.
Yes, in relation to the sign, Okay, in relation to the sign. Alright, big sign above the farm gate. Okay. Alright, anything else? Because this is over the road, Okay, on or over the road. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? I'm only hearing from the same people. But thankfully more than 2 already. I think there's at least 2 more issues. I think lah. Okay, but we'll see how.
22A sub 2.
22A sub 2, just now we've mentioned this already, right? This one is I think we mentioned. Okay, so this one here, yes, definitely here you can discuss it together with this part here. Alright, okay, that's one down. Then is there anything else? Anybody? If there's nothing there, we look at the marking scheme already. It's about time's up already anyway. Anybody? I think I heard a no just now. Okay, fine. Alright, let's move on to the marking scheme. Okay, so same thing, not going to look at the top there, just straight go into band 4, band 5. So band 4 you can see section 2 and section 22A. Okay. Alright, so let's look at band 5 straight. So for the one, same thing. Conclusion, Nick has committed an offense in relation to the truck and also the sign. Okay, so this one we did highlighted just now, saying that he shouldn't be tying the thing and also the signboard thingy. Okay, so the 2 issues there, okay, which was okay, the sign, okay, and also the tying, right? Okay, no. Okay, so there is an offense under section 2 sub 2 as tying an extra trailer on that road is a dangerous way to drive on a busy road. Okay, so this one just now did highlighted already. 2 sub 2 section 22, where is it? 2 sub 2. But just now I highlighted this one also, I think. Alright, but it's fine, it's okay. Alright, because it's related to it, so it's fine. Okay, then after that, he is also liable under sub 3, so under section 2, as he knows the road is busy, and under sub 4, as he knows he should not tie on the extra trailer. Okay, so sub 3 and sub 4, I think we did highlight just now. Yes, we did. Wait. Oh, sub 3 we didn't. Okay, so sub 3 is important. So just move it down here. Okay, sub 3, this one is because is in relation to this thing. In fact, the whole thing, alright, the whole thing. Okay. The whole thing is definitely relevant. Okay, right? And especially this one here, okay, in relation to the rest. Okay, all right. So basically, the whole thing you just need to, just need to discuss and develop, write your own opinion and all those in between, and all that. Okay, right. So that's the first issue regarding the. Actually, it's regarding. Yeah. It's regarding the extra trailer already. Now the next part is in relation to the sign. He commits an offense under section 22A sub 1 sub A as it sticks out on the road, which is unlikely to be reasonable, and also sub 2, it creates an obvious danger of injury to a person or serious damage to a property. So just now we did highlight already. This one here, just now you mentioned this thing. Okay, about the signboard. Okay, 1 sub A. Let me just see again. They're here, 1 sub A, and then sub 2, yes, also just now highlighted already, that is dangerous and all. Okay, alright, wait a minute, correct one, no. Okay, then an argument based on 22A sub 1 sub B in that Nix interferes with the trailer by tying an extra trailer with rope can be credited. Nothing much here lah. Okay, this one is still within the explanation of the one up here. Yeah. Okay, so you can mention this thing. Yeah, here. Okay, because danger to road users. Because at the end of the day, it's also dangerous to road users. Okay, so I think that's about it, okay, for this question. So like I say, I'm only discussing question A, B, and C. As you can see, time is almost up already. So what I will want you all to do is to